A few days ago, we saw how citizens fought for their lives as they struggled to get the 25 kg rice shared by the Nigerian Customs Service, an initiative that the Customs Service launched to alleviate the hardship faced by indigent Nigerians. They queued for hours, hoping to be able to get some food for their families. I heard of a couple who stood in line as well, hoping that either one of them or both of them could end up getting food for their family. How did their story end? With the loss of the man's life due to the stampede. I saw another man share how he went there to hopefully get food for his family, as he could no longer afford to feed them. He mentioned how his daughter was about to return to university and things had been tough for his family. There was also another report of a pregnant woman who unfortunately was pushed into the gutter. So not only did this woman die, or not only has this generation been affected, but even the coming generation. Reports have it that about 7 persons died because they were trying to get food for themselves and their families. How tragic. How tragic to think of the people who would become widowers, the children who would become without a father or mother. Nigeria has really happened to them. As some sit comfortably in their homes, thousands of our fellow citizens grapple with the harsh realities of destitution every single day. A staggering percentage of our population now live below the poverty line. Despite being blessed with abundant natural resources, many Nigerians continue to face insurmountable challenges in accessing basic necessities such as food, clean water, healthcare, electricity. The cycle of poverty is a complex web that traps generations, robbing them of opportunities and hope. Our parents often reminded us of how they had better days. Do you remember the tales of back in the good old days? Those tales were never ending. We thought these were just old people's gist. Alas, we have become our parents with our own back in the good old days stories happening before our own eyes. It almost feels like we've lived several realities within such a short time. Our realities would make for a blockbuster reality TV series, and maybe we will name it Only in Nigeria. So, season 1 of Only in Nigeria will feature the theatrics of Nigerian lawmakers. It's just that I fear it might have to spill over to season 2 because someone in the National Assembly will use maize to fight. People's parents will exchange blows on national television. They will plan impeachments and decamp every other day, maybe every 3 market days. Some will even burn down the assembly complex. Some of them will be in all the episodes because being a part of the National Assembly is their retirement plan. It's a lifetime service. They will drive really luxury cars and then receive prayers via emails. Only in Nigeria will be too sweet. We will then dedicate another season to Nigerian politicians who like to shout about democracy, but they think that governance is their sole right. The ones who find that their desire to lead supersedes their political party's ideology, and they are probably right, because most of these political parties have no ideology to begin with. They are often different sides of the same coin, so much so that you can go to bed in one party and you wake up in another. In fact, these days you can have one leg in a political party and another leg in another political party. After all, they are one big happy family. And then, a few episodes of this season will be dedicated to political party primary elections, and there are multiple winners. This is one of the most laughable things lately, don't you think? So, they conduct party primaries, and at least 3 winners emerge from each party. Conducting a primary school head boy election has more structure than conducting a political party election. And if you cannot conduct a party election successfully, how can you convince us that when your party finally finishes its family fights, and you've decided on the one person to represent you, that this party can provide the leadership that the state deserves? I pray thee tell. A special season will be titled Rise and Fall. The rise and fall of the NLC, TUC, and the Naira. What is the NLC doing? They call for strikes every 3 market days and then call them off right after going into close talks with the federal government. Many will argue that they are no longer taken seriously, and one wonders what their impact is regarding holding the government accountable for the well-being of the Nigerian worker. And then there's the Naira that has been falling and falling like Alicia Keys sang, but not in love. Well, the good news is that it's rising again. I can go on and on and on about this interesting reality TV series titled Only in Nigeria, but I'll stop here. The president has set up his economic recovery team, bringing some of the finest minds together. It is my hope that we see some impact. One day, it go better. Good morning, Nigeria.